Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. If you're looking to increase your credit score, but you don't want to risk getting into debt, then this video might be for you. Today, we're going to discuss CreditStrong's Install and CS Max Credit and Savings Builder. This credit builder combines the benefits of a savings account with credit building, helping you establish a positive credit history while also putting money aside for the future. A combination of credit building and forced savings can be particularly valuable for those who are struggling with traditional credit products and want to establish a positive financial habit. So today, let's go over the pros and cons of this credit builder so you can decide if it's right for you and you can increase your credit score while also saving money. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we jump into the specifics, here's a quick refresher on what CreditStrong actually is. CreditStrong is a division of Austin Capital Bank, and what they offer is credit builder installment and revolving accounts. Today, we're looking at a credit builder installment loan. Now, these loans, you don't get money up front. Instead, the funds are held in a locked savings account. You make monthly payments, and at the end of your loan term, you get the money back. But here's the important part. While you're making those payments, CreditStrong reports your payment activity to the three major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. This helps you establish a solid payment history, which makes up 35% of your credit score. So in short, you're building credit while also saving money. When you make monthly payments, this will go towards the principal and towards interest. The principal builds your savings and is returned to you when the account is closed, and the interest is how CreditStrong earns money to provide the service. Install is an entry-level account for new credit builders offering options to build your credit while saving simultaneously. On the other hand, the CS Max is a program for people who are looking to have a better credit mix, specifically those who want to build larger credit lines. This account focuses more on credit over savings, but both of these credit builders are said to lead to a 45-point average increase on your credit score. Let's go over the plan and how it actually works. We'll start with Install. This is CreditStrong's standard credit builder of the two accounts, with lower monthly payments and shorter terms. Now, this account is great if you're looking to start small and you want to ease your way into credit building without a big monthly commitment. So keep in mind, all Install accounts have a $15 non-refundable administrative fee. The first plan has a $28 monthly payment over 48 months. That equates to around $1,344 over 4 years. And in return, CreditStrong reports $1,010 of the installment credit account to the credit bureaus. This is ideal if you want a very low monthly obligation while still gaining the benefit of an installment account on your credit file. It's not the fastest plan, but it's one of the most affordable and consistent ways to build history. The next option will bump you up to a $38 monthly payment for 36 months for a total of $1,368. That's 3 years of credit building, and by the end of it, CreditStrong reports a total of $1,100 in installment credit. This middle tier option is for people who want to be more aggressive but still don't want to be overcommitted. Then there's the $48 payment of 24 months for a total of $1,154. This is shorter, it's just 2 years, and it reports the installment credit of $1,000. So even though the reported credit amount is slightly less than the 36-month plan, the accelerated timeline helps you complete the cycle faster and gain access to your savings sooner. This plan works well for people who want results in a shorter time frame and are also okay with paying a little more per month. Across all three plans, the big win is the consistent reporting of on-time payments, which plays a key role in increasing your credit score. But in general, 48 months of on-time payment history will have a greater positive impact on your credit profile than 24 months. Now, if you're really trying to make a major impact on your credit profile, or you're preparing for something big like applying for a mortgage or let's say business funding, you might want to consider CreditStrong's CS Max plan. This second section in the screenshot shows the CS Max, which is designed for maximum credit building impact. All CS Max accounts have a $25 non-refundable administrative fee, and all CS Max plans have a 60-month term. That's 5 years of credit history, making them perfect for establishing a long, stable credit file. The first CS Max option has a $49 monthly payment, which comes out to $2,940, and it reports $2,500 in installment credit. That's more than double the highest credit amount on the install plan. So if you're aiming to impress lenders with a larger installment account on your credit file, then this makes a lot of sense. Next, there's the $99 monthly plan over 5 years. This comes out to $5,940. This plan reports $5,000 in installment credit, and this is a bold option, and it's ideal for someone who can afford the higher monthly commitment and wants to look serious to lenders who value high limit installment loans on your credit mix. And finally, there's a $199 a month for 60 months plan, which would come out to $11,940 in total. That's 5 years of reporting a $10,000 installment loan. And this plan is designed for people who want to maximize their credit profile for major finance goals. Think home buying or high limit business credit cards, or maybe like a large personal loan or something of that nature. If you're trying to look like a low risk borrower on paper, this is the type of installment history that can make underwriters take notice. And you should also note that Install and CS Max accounts have no prepaid or early withdrawal penalties, so you can actually pay any amount over the minimum required monthly or cancel at any time for any reason with no penalties whatsoever. Here's what you can expect after you open this account. You'll immediately have access to CreditStrong's dashboard. When you open an account with CreditStrong, you're provided a free FICO 8 score for just being an account holder. Each month that the credit builder is open, you'll get this free FICO 8 score, and it's based on your Equifax credit data. You'll also gain access to a detailed score analysis and a monthly Equifax credit report. Additionally, CreditStrong offers 24/7 credit monitoring with alerts for any changes in your Equifax credit data. You'll receive your first FICO 8 score within 2 weeks of opening your account, and then you'll see the date for your next score update on a regular monthly basis. For Instal CS Max and even the Magnum one, which I've talked about in a previous video, if you're looking for something even higher to go up to 30K, I suggest that you watch that video. But your first monthly payment will be due for any of these plans 1 month after you open your account. When possible, accounts are set up on autopay once they're open. However, you can manually turn off autopay by going to the My Account Payments tab. Typically, your CreditStrong account will appear on your credit report within 30 to 60 days after you make your first payment. So realistically, if you're looking at this, it can take up to 90 days for this account to report. Now, CreditStrong provides your payment information to the 3 major credit bureaus, but it can take them some time to also process the information and add the account to your credit report. But each bureau individually controls when payment information will be processed and added to your credit report. So just have an idea of 60 to 90 days potentially for this to actually show up on your credit report. So while the CreditStrong Install and CS Max accounts offer numerous benefits, it's essential to consider potential drawbacks. One consideration is the cost. Over the life of your loan, you may pay more in fees and interest than you would like with other credit building tools, such as like a secure credit card. Additionally, if you miss payments, these are reported to the credit bureaus, which can negatively impact your credit score. Therefore, it's crucial to ensure that you can make the commitment to each monthly payment before opening this account. I did create a table showing you the interest that you would pay for each CreditStrong plan based on the monthly payment, term length, and reported installment credit. And you can screenshot this, but I'm going to take you to the amortization table on the website to actually see the cost of interest broken down over a longer period of time. Currently, we are on creditstrong.com, and the product that we're looking at is, of course, the Install and CS Max. If we scroll down, they actually will show you the same plans that we were just looking at, but we want to get more details about these plans. So if we're looking at the Install, of course, $28 a month for 48 months, but if we extend this, you can actually see what each table is showing you. So technically, you have an annual percentage rate of 15.61%, which some people may look at that and say, wow, that is a lot that I'm paying for interest just for a secured installment loan. And it'll actually break down each month what you're paying, the interest that you're actually being charged, of course, the principal savings, which you will get back, and the credit builder loan balance. So this will give you a breakdown of exactly how much you're going to pay. And you can also download this. If you go to the full amortization table, you can download that as a PDF directly from the website. But looking at the Install 38, As we can see, it's a 15.73% annual percentage rate. And you can also take a look and see the interest that's being shown here and how much you would actually pay. Same thing for the Install 48, 15.51% for the APR on this secured installment loan. But what is interesting, once you get to the CS Max plan, it does start to go down a little bit. So if you're looking at the CS Max 49, it's actually a 6.99% annual percentage rate. And of course, then you can take a look and you can see all of the interest. There's also a pro tip here where it says if you make 2 times the payments or double the amount, it shows you how much money that you can actually save. And it's suggested on the website to potentially make 1 or 2 payments per month to speed up the process and to also save on interest if that's something you would like to do. But remember, the longer the installment, the more it actually impacts your credit score and actually helps. Now, the CS Max 99 is a 7.21% annual percentage rate. Once again, if you double up on payments, it actually kind of shows what you could potentially save. And then you could take a look and see that in the table breakdown. And then the last one that we're looking at is going to be 7.31%. That's the CS Max 199. And if you look at that, it shows you the breakdown, but it also shows you, hey, pro tip, if you were to pay 2x the amount, we could pay this in half the time, saving half the amount of interest. So technically, you may want to cut that APR in half because it would not cost you the exact same amount. While I'm on the website, I want to go over a few FAQs. You can have multiple CreditStrong accounts at the same time. You can actually have up to 2 installment loan accounts, and you can have 2 revolve accounts, and you can also have 2 business accounts at the same time. And you can log into your customer portal with your existing login information and look for the Explore product section to see what's on the menu option. I talked about this before as well, but CreditStrong is not available in every single state. It's not available in Vermont and Wisconsin. And as an added note, for July 15th, 2021, it stated CreditStrong is the only deposit secure consumer credit building account for residents in New York that has been approved by the New York Department of Financial Services. But that was 2021. Things may have changed since then. In order for you to open this account, you will need to be at least 18 years old, a permanent U.S. resident with a physical U.S. address. You have to have a valid social security number or individual taxpayer identification number, a checking account or debit card, a mobile phone number, and an email address. And of course, this is no credit check for you to open this account. Also, if you can't make a payment, installment accounts require that you at least make the monthly minimum. And if you don't think that for whatever reason you just can't do it within 30 days of your due date, then they suggest that you close the account and just open it again at a later time. Revolving accounts, though, do not require a monthly payment. The one we're talking about is an installment. But if you were looking at something like the revolve, when your account is current, you do not have a payment due, and you can set your monthly payments down to 0 if you want to take a break. So in this case, installments, if it doesn't work out, you can cancel, no harm, no foul. But if it's a revolving type of account, you are not required to make a payment. You can just set it to 0. If you were late on a payment, though, you are provided a 14-day grace period following your due date. However, if your payment is 15 days or more past due, you will be charged a late fee that's equal to 4% of the minimum monthly payment missed. The point of this really is to help you improve your credit, but if a loan payment is more than 30 days late, it will be reported, like I said before. So if you think that you, for whatever reason, cannot make the payment, just close the account. That's a much better option. Now, if you did need to close the account or contact CreditStrong for any reason, you can call them at 833-850-0850. You can also chat online. They're based in Austin, Texas again, so you'll be familiar with the central time frame. And if you need any help between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Central Time, they will be there. You can also leave a message through their widget, and they'll do their best to get back to you within 1 business day. Now, I will leave a link to the FAQ page in the description. So if you want to check any of this information or you have additional questions that could probably be answered right here that I didn't get to, please, I suggest clicking on that, coming back to this screen, and reading any additional details. So now that we have a better understanding of the cost of this plan and the different things to expect once it's set up, who is this for? Well, if you're starting out with credit right now and you want to just dip your toes in credit building, then the install plan might be a good fit for you. It's a lower cost, easier to commit to, and still helps you create positive payment history. If you already have some credit and you just want to thicken up your credit profile, especially if you have little or no installment credit loans, then the CS Max might be a good option for you. The larger loan amounts and longer payment terms and more weight to your credit profile does help with your credit mix and helps you with your overall credit period. Keep in mind though, with any of these plans, the key is consistency. You want to make every single payment on time, every single month. That's what's really going to boost your credit score, because CreditStrong reports all of these to the 3 major credit bureaus, and it's going to help you build a comprehensive profile, but it's not going to happen all at one time or overnight. This will take some time. There are other products that kind of do the exact same thing, like for example, the Navy Federal Pledge Loan, if you're a member of Navy Federal, or there are also things like secure loans with banks and credit unions. Now, for whatever reason, if you can't get those open or you're not a member of, let's say, Navy Federal, you have other options like Ava or Brigade or Kickoff. But those loans usually only go for 24 months, these secured installment products. This one can actually go all the way out to 5 years. What's the real benefit of that? Well, if you were like me where you couldn't get a personal loan, they told me I didn't have high enough balances for my installment loans. If that's your situation, this might help you. Like if you were looking for a $10,000 personal loan, it kind of would help if you had something like the CS Max. You can actually show that you've handled a loan of that amount without actually having to be approved for it. It's very hard to get approved for that stuff if you've never had it, so this does kind of make it a little bit easier. Now, if you really wanted a larger loan, then you could look at getting something like the Magnum. Once again, I have a video going over all the details on that, but if you were looking for a larger loan like $30,000, then that one might be an option for you. And this really will help you, again, if your credit profile is thin and you want to get approved for one of those loans at a later point in time. You just have to keep in mind that it will not happen overnight. It does take time for this to actually be established. You don't have to pay the entire thing off. You can use it for, let's say, a year, and then maybe, let's say, go apply for a personal loan. If they see that you've paid off a majority of this and you decide to then apply, you might get approved and then you can cancel this. However, if you don't truly believe that you can keep up with the payments, or you just don't want to wait that long, then I don't suggest that you use this if time is a factor. But at some point, you will just have to wait and let your credit profile get established. No matter which way that you go, there's not a quick way to really put on active payment history that lasts for the long haul. So you'll just have to weigh the pros and cons and just see what makes the most sense for you. And then also what you're looking to do in the future. Sometimes it's good to plan ahead. So if you had an idea of something that you wanted to do in the next, let's say, even 2 to 5 years, I'm always thinking in the future, then maybe this may be a good option for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. If you're interested in this product or you've used it before, drop that in the comments below. I would love to hear about your experience with CreditStrong. Personally, this one I have not used. I have used the Magnum at a point in time. I found some use for it, but not really overall what I was looking for. Eventually though, I was able to get an installment loan that did fit what I needed. And since then, I've been able to get approved for multiple personal loans for